Hey, statue collectors, Dark Cross back with another statue review. We have here is a BowenDesigns Captain America metallic version. This one was released in 2009, and the edition size was, what was it? I think it was like 1165. Yeah, so Bowen made a lot of Captain Americas. I got the number wrong in when I did the Wolverine review. I mean, he did almost like 10 Wolverines or something like that. So Captain America, he did the classic one where he's in his original outfit on top of uh, like a star base. Then he did another one where he's holding his shield out in front of him. Then a different version where the base is an Avengers themed base. Then there was a newsreel. We have this metallic version where his shield is on his back and his costume is a bit shiny. And then you had an action pose and I think the ultimate version of it, an ultimate cap version, which I had that one as well. And that one came in two versions. That came where he's holding his shield in front, or it's in on his back. And they had also had a Bucky cap version as well. So like he did a lot of Captain Americas, including busts. So yeah, let's get this one open. So again, I've had this Captain America just in my display for quite a few years. People just wanted to see what they look like in the box. So here we go. I put him back in the box. He comes with base, and it has like an eagle on it. And then there is a second base. It's a riser, and it has stars all around it. And you just when you put Captain America on, you put him on that base, and then you just set it on top of this base. So there's no lock feature or anything like that. He just kind of sits on there. So yeah, here's how they come. All right, here's the Captain America fully assembled. And again, bones are very simple. It's just the statue mostly comes in one piece. It's rare that you have to put anything together. And again, like I explained before, is there's rarely switch outs. I mean, I think only a few actually had head swap out. I think that was the Hulkbuster statue and the Battle Damage version of it. And maybe a couple of others that I don't know, I can't remember right now. But anyway, this one is sculpted by Randy Bowen, and it is the metallic version. He has his shield on his back. It's different from the other ones. The other Captain America's had a shield in front of him. I had the Avengers version of that, and that one is really cool. I mean, they look kind of similar. I think the paint was a bit more muted. The star may have been smaller. I don't really recall, but it's been a while since I had that one. I have that one, and then I also had the Ultimate Captain America version based on the Ultimates Volume 3 run, where he was a lot bulkier. I mean, he was tall compared to him. He was, I don't know, about a inch taller than this one. So, yeah, this came out in 2009. I've had it, I don't know, almost just as long. So yeah, he looks really cool. You can see the straps around him. The paint itself, Bowens were always really great at paint. The metallic really pops, especially when you get some lights on it. The gloves and boots are a bit more maroon color, not fully red. I think that's the style of this one. I don't really remember if the other ones were like really like a bright red or not, but I think this one was darker. So yeah, he looks really cool. I mean, it's straight out of the comics. This is what Bowen was going for all of them. I mean, that shot I think they had in the MCU where Chris Evans has a shield on his back, and one of the posters may have had that. But so it's a really cool look to it with the shield on his back, and that's what I really liked about this one. Yeah, so not much else to say. So the base had I showed it, and when I was showing the unboxing, or when I placed it in the styrofoam. So it's a simple black base with the eagle, United States kind of thing on the bottom, and you have the riser, which is here. And what you would do is just let me grab it, and you just put it on top here. You can set it like that, or you can take cap off. There is a key here, so you can take cap off and put him on here. So he's just a bit taller, and he's secured to the base. Because if you just put this base on top of that as a riser, it's not secure. It's kind of similar to their X23 that I had by Tim Miller, where she came with a base, and then I think it came with a rising base, so you can just set it on top. And that one I don't think had a key, although I don't remember for sure. But this one actually does. If you don't, but you couldn't use this. You would have to take it off and put it on there, or you put it on here, and it makes them a lot taller. I guess that's good if you have a lot of Bowens and you don't want they're stacked as a team. You want Cap to be a little bit higher so he's not covered up by the other statues. There's not much to talk about. He's looking up typical Randy sculpt. I mean, he does the anatomy really well. I mean, he looks like he's in a costume like, he's not overly muscularized. He looks like he's coming out from the comic. His legs are, and the anatomy is great on him. I mean, he's not overly bulky. I mean, he looks really great. I mean, if you see the Ultimate Cap version, I mean, he's like really steroided out. This one does have an issue. I think, let me see, let me move it a bit closer. I did nick it when I was moving him around years ago, so he has a small paint nick right there. So yeah, I am planning on getting rid of this. I'm getting rid of most of my Bowens at this point, just to stick with a few, quarter scale characters that, I really like. Still haven't found a quarter scale Cap that I really like. I know Sideshow came out with at least 3 of them already. I mean, I don't know. I mean, something about them. I mean, I've kept this one a while because I haven't been able to find a good quarter scale, but it's time to go to a new home. Trying to free up some space here. So yeah, anyway, looks really nice. Again, for BowenDesigns, if you want to get into statue collecting and you don't want to break the bank buying statues, because I mean it is a really expensive hobby to get into, and the modern companies mainly do quarter scale and above. Kotobukiya I think still does 1/6, but their releases are really like spread out, and they don't do many of them. XM has done I think 1/6 scale in the DC line, but those are like really super expensive. So like, especially trying to get them into the States, you have to factor in the shipping cost for those as well. But normally they start off a lot higher. And Bowen, when they came out, they were like around the 150 range. So some of these you can still get for around that price. Like this Cap doesn't sell for much. I mean, I think it sells for around 3. I'm probably gonna do a bit less because mine has a paint neck. But yeah, you can still get prime examples. I mean, I would just suggest if you don't want to delve into this whole thing of like having a massive display, but you want a favorite character and you don't want to spend too much, find a Bowen. They did practically every Marvel character, so you can find one that's really good. And some of them are cheap. I mean, there are some rare ones like that. Like if you're looking at Captain America, the Captain America Ultimate Cap with the shield on his back usually goes for a lot, but the one with the shield in front doesn't go for that much. If you like that stylized Ultimate version, or this, and they have, like I said, they had like 10 Wolverines. Let's see, a couple Cyclops. Cyclops is usually runs cheap. You can find really affordable Bowens. I mean the grails for the Bowens, like the Retro Cable, the Maestro, Doc Ock. I mean, yeah, those are going to run you as much as, an XM quarter scale, or maybe even higher. I mean, they still go for, a bit less in this economy, but I mean, usually they were around over 1,000 for those. But for majority of Bowens you can get for a reasonable price. I mean, a lot cheaper than some of the new 1/6 that are coming out. So, and I would just say don't sleep on Bowens. I mean, they're really well done. I mean, the sculpts are always great. The paint's always fantastic on Bowens. Sometimes better than a lot of stuff Sideshow puts out, like Sideshow's latest Dark Side. I mean, that did the paint app on that. If you look at videos and pictures, it's horrible. You'll never see that kind of like paint job from a Bowen statue. Like they're always painted like extremely well, and they're comic accurate. You may not get all the details of a quarter scale, but you could do it. Yeah, so that's my statue review. This I really enjoy it. I mean, I've had it for so long, and I'm still keeping mainly my X-Men from my Bowen line, primarily my villains, because I like to collect villains usually. So yeah, so some of these must go. I mean, some of the other ones that I have, like the Tim Miller Black Widow, I'm probably keeping. So, and my Iron Man 2020, only because I don't have the box for that. I actually went in with some other collectors and only got the 2020 from it, and that was like a 4-pack. So, certain things like that I'm keeping. But again, yeah, you can check my eBay tag at Dark Cross Collectibles, and yeah, so another great piece. Laters.